So come to a seated position, easy, cross-legged, and just make sure you're comfortable. If you need to put some support underneath your hips, then do so. Just take your hands and place them onto your thighs. Gently press down and feel the crown of your head lift up towards the ceiling. And then lift your shoulders up underneath your ears, hunch your shoulders up, and then just roll them back and release your shoulders down. Do that a couple more times, breathing in and breathing out. And then when you're feeling comfortable, take the hands into prayer, close your eyes, and just take a few long, deep breaths. And see if you can relax any tightness or tension from your eyes, from your jaw, from your throat, your neck, your shoulders. And feel your heart lift up into your hands. Let's take a few more deep breaths and check in with how you're feeling today. And then gently open your eyes and stretch your arms forward, spreading your fingers nice and wide. Just stretch the right hand away from you, stretch your left hand away from you, and then come up onto all fours. So just making sure your knees are underneath your hips, your shoulders are above your wrists. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Just tuck your toes under and gently move your hips back towards your heels. If you've got issues with your knees, don't push too much. You're always with yoga, always do what's comfortable, not what you think you should do, what feels good. Good, stretch the arms a little bit further forward if that feels okay, and bring the head in line with the inner arms. So you're not dropping your head onto the mat, we're just bringing your ears so they're level with the inner arms. Feeling that a nice stretch through the sides of your body, that's great. And then come up onto all fours, tuck your toes under and lift your hips and come up into downward facing dog. So just relax the head, use the opportunity, you can turn the head from side to side if that feels okay, just to release the neck muscles, pressing into the palms of your hands. Remember, keep your knees bent if your hamstrings are tight, and just see if you can move your hips away from your shoulders. Like turn your sitting bones up towards the ceiling, although again, if you've had issues with your lower back, just be comfortable. Maybe you may prefer just to drop the tailbone down slightly. This is good. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, come back down onto all fours. Again, just checking in with the shoulders above the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. And let's lift the right leg up. So draw the navel in. Lovely, keeping the hips nice and level. You can flex that right foot a little and press the heel away. That looks great. Okay, well done. Bend the right knee and bring the right knee up towards the right wrist. Now be gentle here. Again, this is a great stretch for around the glutes. You're going to stretch the left leg away, coming into pigeon pose. If it feels a little bit too tight in the glutes, just come up, maybe get those blocks and pop them underneath your bottom. Let's lift the heart. And if it feels okay for you, fold forward, take one fist on top of the other, forehead onto your fists, and take a couple of deep breaths into your pigeon pose. Again, just checking in with how this feels on the knee. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Come up out of it and just come back onto all fours. Let's take another couple of deep breaths. Good, try and really stretch that left leg away. That looks great. And then lift the head. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Now tuck the toes under on your left foot, straighten the back leg and lift straight up into downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Really feel the hands pressing down onto the floor. Good. And then again, come back down onto all fours. Lift the left leg. Again, left leg is no higher than the hip. That's it. Flexing the foot is good. You're pressing that left heel away. Just feel you can move your heart forward. Shoulders back. So if you're not hunching the shoulders up underneath the ears, you're keeping that space between the ears and your shoulders. Lovely. Bend the left knee. Bring that left knee up to the inside of that left wrist. And just very gently again, slide the right leg away. Again, please be conscious of how it feels. If it's too much for your lower back, come back onto all fours and just sit back onto your heels. Lovely. Good. If you want to go a little bit further, lifting the heart, keep that spine nice and long. Take one fist on top of the other, forehead on your fists. Take a few deep breaths. Good. head. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under on the right foot, straighten the back leg. Really engage your core. That's lovely as you come back into your downward facing dog. Take a couple of deep breaths here. But any time you feel you just want a little rest, all you need to do is bend the knees, come into child's pose. Good. Lovely. And then let's all come back down onto all fours. Raise the right leg again. Draw the navel in again. Move the heart forward. So we don't want any of this hunching business. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Bend the right knee and bring the right foot in between the hands. If you need to give it a little helping hand, that's fine. We're going to lunge forward. Just check out that right knee is directly above the ankle and then float the arms up. If this feels a little tight on the shoulders today, just keep the hands onto your hips. Keep the tailbone down, lift up and out of the hips. That's lovely, well done. And then take the hands underneath the shoulders again. Tuck the toes under on your left foot, straighten the back leg. Lovely, we're going to do a little rocking motion as we bring that left foot in parallel with the right, just hip width apart and fold forward into Uttanasana, into our forward bend. Again, if you're tight in the hamstrings, keep the knees bent. Make sure, check out your feet this morning as well today. Spread the toes nice and wide. Lift the inner arches of the feet. That's it. Make sure you can drop your head. Good. It's lovely to extend the spine. Very good. And then bend the knees, take the hands back onto the floor and step your left foot back and drop your left knee down to the floor. Inhale and stretch the arms up. Again, making sure that right knee is directly above its ankle. And don't just sink down in the hips. Those really flexible folks, it's very easy just to hang out. I want you to draw the navel in, lift up and out of the hips, tailbone down. Again, please have the hands on the hips if that feels kinder for your shoulders. Fabulous. Take the hands underneath your shoulders, step the right knee back, and everybody come into child's pose. So you can keep the arms straight, as Emily's doing, or if it feels kinder for the shoulders, bring the hands down by your sides next to your feet. Breathe into the back of your spine. Very nice. Good, and then come up onto all fours. So just bring the right knee slightly into the center. And then stretch the left leg, lift the left leg and move the left knee behind the right knee and take the right foot to the left side of the mat. Now we're going to walk the hands back and you're going to sit down in between your heels. Now again, you might need to need some blocks underneath your bottom. Take your left hand onto your right knee, your right hand behind you, breathe in and lift the crown of the head up. And as you breathe out, rotate around to your right. Take a couple of deep breaths. Feel that you're rotating from your belly. You're not just turning your head. So we're wanting the twist in the torso, not in the neck. Good. Couple of deep breaths. Relax the shoulders. And then breathe in and rotate back to the center. Just take your fingertips behind you and lift the heart. Lovely. Keep breathing. Drawing those shoulder blades in towards each other. Lovely. And then you're going to roll over. If it's okay for your knees, roll back onto your knees. If it's not, just come up onto all fours. Let's do the other side. Bring your left knee into the center. Stretch your right leg away from you and move your right knee behind your left knee. Lovely. Take your left foot to the right side of your mat, rolling back. It can feel very different on the other side. That's fine. Always does. Take the right hand onto your left knee, the left hand behind you as you breathe in, lifting. That's it. Feel the spine lengthen as you breathe out, rotating from the belly. So feel when you're rotating, you've got the belly rotating, then the heart, then the throat, the head will follow. Fantastic. Good, and then breathe in and come back to the center. Take the fingertips behind you, lift the heart, drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other. And then release. Well done. So unwrap your legs, stretch the legs in front of you. Just come to a seated position again. Pop yourself on that block, particularly if your lower back's feeling a little vulnerable. Now we're going to bend the knees, take the feet onto the floor. Again, feet hip width apart. And take the hands behind the backs of the knees. Keep the feet on the floor at the moment and lift up your heart. That's it. Draw the shoulder blades in gently towards each other. So you're feeling a length on the front of the body. And then just lift your right foot away from the floor. Engage your abdominal muscles. If it feels okay, rock onto your tailbone and lift your left leg off the floor, left foot off the floor. Flex the feet. Good. Keep breathing. Keep that heart open. If it feels okay, lift the ankles up in line with the knees. Smile, Lemmy. If it feels okay, take the hands either sides of the knees. Good. Keep breathing. That's it. Keep that heart lifting. Very good. And then, if it feels okay, straighten the legs into Parapuna Nirvana. Remember, go at your own pace. So if it feels better for you to have the hands behind the backs of the knees, that's fine. Or take one foot down and alternately lift the feet. Do what feels right for you. Well done, very well done. And then just fold forward, wrap your arms around the fronts of your knees and fold in. Really well done. Good, and then coming up, let's come back into that easy cross leg that we started off with. Take the palms of the hands onto your knees. Lift your heart. Take a few deep breaths. Let's check in again with how your body feels after your practice. And we're going to finish with a breathing practice called Nada Shodhana, the alternate nostril breath. So, keep your left hand on your knee, and with your right forefinger and third finger, take it into the center of your forehead. Take your right ring finger onto your left nostril and your right thumb onto your right nostril. And just breathe in and out through both nostrils. Keep the spine lifted. Keep the shoulders and the face relaxed. And then you can turn the left palm up towards the ceiling with the thumb and the forefinger together. This is called the Yona Mudra. It's a lovely way of just connecting an energy circle. And then breathe in through both nostrils. Gently close when you're ready the left nostril and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Gently close the right, open the left and breathe out through the left. And continue in your own time, balancing the nadis, the left and the right side of the brain. Just gentle breath in the nostrils. And you could do this for as long as you like. We're going to complete one more cycle by exhaling lastly through the left nostril. And then take your right hand back down onto your knee. Gently open your eyes and then lie down in Shavasana. It's really important you have a rest after every practice. It's taking the arms out to the sides, palms facing upwards, the legs apart also. Keep the chin tucked in. And just breathe. Allow yourself to release into the support of the floor beneath you. And again, you can stay here for as long as you would like. Thank you. Namaste.